Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are going to visit two towns today, Hastings and St Leonards-on-Sea. They're so close to one another that you can walk from one town to another. They're like two brothers standing side by side. We will start from Hastings, the older brother, and then we'll go and see St Leonards-on-Sea, the younger brother. Today we're in Hastings. This place has got an edge, but it also feels very stately. When we've arrived in Hastings, we have parked on the top of the hill so that we could enjoy the walk through the historical narrow alleyways, which led us downhill to see the town. Hastings feels tastefully eclectic. It seems to combine all styles of architecture, creating an unforgettable combination which can only be found here. Some historical streets were very narrow and windy, but our car made it up that hill. Houses built on the hill slopes are particularly interesting. Everything is deeply individual about them. No two details are the same. Before we went to see the high street, we wanted to explore the ruins of the ancient castle. Beneath this hill, on our approach to the castle, there are caves. They were used by smugglers to hide the goods. Those caves go all the way up to 70 feet underground. Those are the ruins of the castle. It was built in 1066, in the year of the famous Battle of Hastings. The ruin was locked when we were there, but the stunning views of the ancient fortification are simply breathtaking. Battle of Hastings was fought on a nearby field where Battle Abbey now stands. It took place on the 14th of October in 1066. The battle was between Norman-French army of William, Duke of Normandy, and an English army under the rule of Anglo-Saxon King Harold Godwinson. The battle lasted all day and claimed thousands of lives. Finally, we went down the long alley which took us to the busy high street. literally few steps in, and we came across the shop which sold matryoshka, the famous Russian doll. It's always pleasant to see something like that. And of course, the Green Man. The variety of shops is amazing. Antique shops, extravagant boutiques, numerous cafes and pubs. A true feast of variety. And even this, the mermaid. We love the contemporary marine-themed sculptures in this square. They are so tucked away, like this octopus right here. And more quirky antique shops. Closer to the seaside, there are numerous fish and chip shops. All of them serve delicious fish and chips. Here we had a pleasant coffee break with a view. There is nothing like a pebble beach and the sound of waves. Exploring further, we've discovered those wooden sheds painted black on a Rokanor beach. Those are used by the fishermen to store nets in. They're called net shops, so nothing to do with shopping. The interesting fact about these sheds is that originally they were built on posts so that the sea could go under them. With time, shingles built up on the beach, and now the sea doesn't go as far. They certainly look very unusual. In fact, they look like a tiny village of super tall and narrow houses. and there was even one hut made of a boat. Look at the size of this old anchor and the shells which are on it. Even modern flats are designed to resemble those unique huts on the beach, which I think is a really nice touch to the beach. This is what the town looks like from the hill opposite the one with the castle. Now we're going to the old town, where some houses date back all the way to 15th century, and probably beyond that as well. I always love that cottages are unique and individual, but I've never seen such variety of shapes, colors and details before. Door knockers are works of art. Just look at this mermaid, the dolphin and the rabbit. Some windows are particularly extravagant in the design. When I look at some of these cottages, they look like a bunch of friends physically supporting one another. Their variety is incredible, as well as their age. Some could be centuries apart, and yet they form this perfect harmony between one another. People make so much effort, it really is incredible. Even if there is no space for the front garden, people put out flower pots. I think this could be one of the happiest cats I've seen. As always, we were compelled to explore the quirky alley which took us further up the hill between the back gardens of those cottages. The cottages look just as great from the back as they do from the front. Some hills are incredibly steep. This is the Church of All Saints. It was built on the site of an old Norman church which stood here in 1291. The current church dates back to the first half of 15th century. And now we're going to visit St Leonards-on-Sea, the younger brother of Hastings. It really is a relatively young and very vibrant town. This place has got a very unique atmosphere. It's somewhere in between the Brighton edge and the one of Hastings, but it's got this something quite unique, I would say. The seaside resort was built in the early part of the 19th century. It has a modern feel with wide geometry of streets and particularly elegant houses. St Leonards became a fashionable seaside destination. Now the town is full of unique boutiques. Even window shopping is a pleasure in itself here. St Leonards has a lot of creative murals all over, this one being one of them. I love how it plays with perspective and it gives a really colorful impression. Those murals certainly lift your mood when you look at them. I really love those narrow pedestrian passages which link streets together. And of course the elegant Victorian terraces painted in different colors, they certainly look very refreshing. The ornate details like this are simply everywhere. You just have to look. And now we're heading for the beach. Large promenade is very spacious and welcoming, and of course the sea itself, always different and always ever-changing. Walking on the promenade, we saw a beach party. It was so refreshing to see a spontaneous event like this. The weather changed a couple of times in a short space of time when we were in town. The mist from the sea cleared, and now the sun was out again. Thank you very much for watching this piece. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel to see videos about more wonderful places like this. And until next week, bye bye.